It's what you ask is a very important. You raise a very important issue. I've been discussing it with colleagues for quite many years in the Knesset. Actually, I will say that I do recognize the weakness of the democratic structure of this country by not having a written constitution. It's not an excuse, but let us note that there is no written constitution in Great Britain either. And has been a great democracy for 400 years now. Not the first one. I think the first one is Iceland, or the first parliament was established in Iceland. If you're in social sciences, political sciences, and you can correct me, I'm a geologist. I never took any class in political science or law or psychology or sociology. So if you want to correct me and put the record, set the record straight, just don't be bashful about it. So it can be done, but I see it as a shortcut. Actually, back in 1949, my father proposed a draft of an 8-article constitution, and there was an attempt from time to time to enact a constitution, but evidently it was difficult, and at least an excuse would be that it is still a young nation with great diversity, people coming from all over the world, more than 100 countries, Arab, Jews, religious, non-religious, ultra-religious, die-hard liberals, total capitalists, and conservatives. There are other countries with such diversity, but it makes it difficult, and there was no agreement reached hitherto on the wording of such a constitution. Actually, only today I submitted the last draft. I worked it out with our legal advisors, a draft of a bill that I would like to table. It will now take close to 50 days. It has to rest for 50 days and get circled around, and it has to do with your question, and it will signal to you that I do take this issue seriously. My bill includes 2 articles. 1, I tried to formulate in the shortest possible way the essence of the State of Israel. And the way I put it was, or is, Israel as the nation state of the Jewish people, upholding equal rights for all its citizens. And Article 2, and the last one, State of Israel is a democracy. Point. That's it. We have never enacted such simple law. And I'm not sure I'll get a majority for that. I've been trying it for 5 years and I failed time and again. I will not be surprised if I fail again, but considering my age, I don't have that much time to try success. But I take my shot and we'll see. But it shows you. However, the basic rights, or the basic laws that are considered by all of us a substitute for the moment, some people suffice themselves with the substitute. But because of the fact that they are there, or have been enacted, a most important principle is being applied, and that is that the Supreme Court has the power. Some people argue that it doesn't have the power because there's no constitution, but it is being applied time and again and always respected. That when the Knesset enacts, the parliament enacts to a majority a certain law that the Supreme Court deems to be quote-unquote unconstitutional or running against a basic law. Sometimes they broaden, to the dismay of many, they broaden the field and say it does contradict a basic human right. And they declare the law to be unlawful. And we have to enact it, or the majority has to enact it again. This is actually, to my knowledge, the best signal for a true democracy, a liberal democracy, in which the rights of individuals or the rights of minorities are secured despite a certain majority at a certain moment in the Knesset. There are constitutions. There was a constitution in the USSR. There may be even a constitution in North Korea, I'm not sure. That's a nice thing to check, but you all have your advisories here, so you can try it while I'm speaking. I'm rather surprised that none of you uses the phone right now, but it's very rare in other classes in university, right? Correct?
Just do something.
Okay. So that would be, as I said, there are constitutions in non-democratic. I'm sorry?
Yes, they have no constitution in North Korea.
They have?
Yes, they have.
North Korea has a constitution.
Yes.
Okay, there you are. That's not the question.
And they say they are
The question is, or the scaling is, the real parameter, the test is whether any court, say in North Korea, has ever had the guts to rule against the decision taken by the government or by the ruler or by whatever parliament they have with a constitution. They never enacted. And here, without a constitution, and in England, only lately with the Brexit, they ruled